Hello, good evening, and welcome to Rangers Radio. Tonight we're joined on the panel by Juicy Bear and Billy Boy. How you doing, boys?
I'm fine, Fox. How you doing yourself, mate? Evening, Juicy.
Good evening, good evening.
Hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Sorry for that.
There he is.
Yeah, internet problems right at the right time. Join myself, Fox, here on the show as you've heard. There's Billy and Juicy Bear. Evening, boys. How we all doing?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm fine, Ox. Yourself, pal?
Good, mate. Good. Looking forward to this. And we know who awaits us. The winners are PSV and Monaco, so it's going to be tough, but you need to get past the first game before you worry about the second game, Billy.
That's correct, mate. We need to get this one out the road, get a good result tonight, Ox, and set us up for the return leg at Ibrox.
Yeah. And Juicy, I believe you've got the team.
Yes, team news hot in off the press. We have McLaughlin in goal, Tavernier, Goldson, Sands and Barisic, Lundstrom, Kamara, Jack, Tillman, Matondo, Kolak. So it looks like Kamara will be playing slightly more forward of Lundstrom and Jack, I would imagine.
4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, whatever you like. I play on that. I see Jack and Lundstrom being the sitters, Kamara joining in, Tillman on the left, Matondo on the right, and Kolak through the middle. So give us the substitutes as well, Juicy.
Substitutes are McGregor, McCrory, Ridvan, Davis, King, Devine, Other Davis, Lawrence, Arfield, Wright, Fashion Jr.
Yes. Davis with a knee is Ben Davis, and Davis is just Sir Stephen. Yeah. Thoughts, Billy?
Aye, it's a strong enough starting 11, mate, and we've got enough on the bench here. I would think to change it if need be, Ox, but I'm happy enough for that starting 11, Ox, certainly, buddy.
4 new players. Well, no 4 new players. Four players who won the regulars last season. James Sands has come in to bolster the back four. The 3 forward players are totally new to the club, so it'll be interesting, Juicy.
Yeah, I mean, Sands, of course, has been here for a little while, and as we said last week on the show, he featured quite predominantly in pre-season, so he's had some good game time. For the 3 forward players, what a massive game this is. Debut in the competition for us and in Europe for us. What a different front line that is to what we've seen last season and in previous seasons. But they've looked good for us so far. We've got no real complaints, so this is good positivity. And don't forget, guys, there's still a second leg. So, as long as we take a positive result back, still got to go to Ibrox as well. And who knows, by then Alfredo could be fit. Hopefully Kent will be fit as well, so we'll have even more options for come the second leg.
I get where you're coming from. The tie's no won or lost. You can't win the tie tonight, Billy, but you can certainly lose it.
That's right, mate. That's what I said here just in the previous comment, Ox. It's a nice blend of what we've got tonight. Some old players and the new players type thing. But long as we don't, we've got to give ourselves a chance, Ox. Let's put it that way, buddy. We've got to give ourselves a chance. You know what I mean? And I'm quite confident, mate. I don't know, to be honest with you, I don't know a lot about this team.
I'm glad you said that, Billy. I'm glad you said that. Get yourself on mute, because we're going to have a report from the port.
Hello and welcome to Port's Report, where Rangers kick off their European campaign against Union Saint-Gilloise. Now, you probably don't know a lot about this team on paper. Having dodged the likes of PSV and Monaco, it looks like a favourable fixture. But having looked at what this team have to offer, they have an amazing story. From getting promoted from the second division to the top league, you went on a run after 34 games where they were 6 points clear and a goal difference of plus 16. Amazing story. But where we have the split in Scotland, Belgium have the Champions Round, which is the top 4 teams play each other twice, and the winner of the games goes on to win the league. Union lost 3 of the last 6 and Bruges took the league. Seems very unfair, but that's the way it goes. They were top scorers, they were a top team for assists and tackles. Also never spent more than £1 million on any player. But they play nice football, they are fighters, they get stuck in, they're a good team and they get a lot of clean sheets. The first 2 league games this season, and they've drew the first game. They've won 1-0, so they've got 4 points from the possible 6. The 3 main players are Dante Vanza, he's 23, he signed from Genk. He scored 21 and 27 last season. Thomas Unab, he scored 17 goals in his last 2 seasons for the club. And they signed Christian Burgess from Portsmouth, who's been on to be a good player, good centre back for the club. They play a 3-5-2 formation. They have 15 shots per game on average. They love to get the ball down and get the ball wide. They don't have any danger man per se, but they have goals from throughout the team and they work really hard as a unit. They're not a physical side. Their 2 forwards are their main men, but they love to exploit space in behind, are very dangerous. Their movement is incredible. And that's the end of Port Report.
You asked, Billy, and it was given.
Aye, good stuff, mate, good stuff. I've done a wee bit research myself. I know they beat Anderlecht and that, and I'm sure they beat Bruges as well in a couple of games. So they will be. Listen, there's no how can we put it to give them the respect? There's no mugs, mate. They're no mugs. They're there in merit tails. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it just shows you how the Belgian leagues came on, mate. They've got their main team into the. Well, I believe with them playing a qualifier, the second team playing a qualifier, their main team's obviously qualified in Club Bruges, so they're in the same position as Rangers are, so they'll be a dangerous team, and we'll need to be on our toes tonight, mate. We'll need to be on our toes.
I believe you've looked at the betting, Billy.
I have, mate. Me liking a wee flutter. Sky Bet are giving.
There is other betting companies out there. Carry on.
Yes, there is that, mate. But that's the tidiest odds that I could find. Union Saint are 8-5. The draw is 11-5, and the famous are a very tasty 13-8 your cash, mate.
13-8 your cash to win the game.
Yes.
I think that's a hard bet, Billy, because see if it's 1 each with 10 minutes to go. Would you just play the game out and be happy with that, or would you go for the win?
Oh, that's a hard one, buddy, isn't it? It's a hard one, Ox.
That's the trouble with it just being half time, you know.
Yeah,
all right, okay.
As I said, mate, long as we set ourselves up, long as we give ourselves a chance for the second leg at Ibrox, mate, that's. I mean, as you rightly said, Ox, that the game's no winning the first leg, but you can certainly lose it and put yourself out the competition. You know what I mean? But I'm sure that'll not happen, mate.
All right, Juicy, some interesting stuff for the report there.
Oh, that was an excellent report, and no expense spared on the music either.
Whoa. None of this is excellent. He'll be wanting more money. Just calm down. It's okay. Yeah.
It was adequate.
That will do. That sounds like it. Yeah, it's better. Carry on, Juicy.
Yes, I agree with Billy. You want something to take back, but remember now that this is the second season where the away goals have gone. Just scoring the 1 goal doesn't have as much weight as it used to, does it? So, I think you'd rather take some kind of lead back. So it's very, very difficult for the opposition. I don't think they'd necessarily have a lot of goals in them at Ibrox, which is why if you can take something back in terms of a lead, you're going to be feeling really good. But very few ties are straightforward in Europe these days. You don't see many thrashings across the piece. You see 1 or 2 in qualifying because, of course, there's a lot of smaller clubs playing very big clubs. But generally speaking, matches are quite tight. Teams know how to defend. they'll throw men behind the ball, make it difficult for the supposed bigger teams. So,
all right, chaps, if it's all right with you two, we'll get the phone lines opened.
Aye, on you go, mate. On you go, buddy. Let's get the Bears on and see what our thoughts are.
All right, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Just see people join us all the time. Can you give us the team and the substitutes?
yes, the team for tonight is McLaughlin in goal, Tavernier, Goldson, Sands and Barisic at the back, Lundstrom, Kamara, Jack in midfield, Tillman, Matondo and Kolak up front. Substitutes are McGregor, McCrory, Ridvan, Ben Davis, King, Devine, Stephen Davis, Lawrence, Arfield, Wright and Fashion Jr.
Well, a lot of players on the bench there who could maybe change again. Obviously, you've got Fashion, Scotty Arfield, to show that he could then come on and get a goal on Saturday.
Aye, I like Scotty Arfield, Ox. I like what he brings to the team. Listen, a lot of boys, you hear it now and again, like Scotty's starting, he's not doing this and he's not doing that. But Scotty, one thing you do get off of Scotty Arfield is 110%, mate, and he doesn't hide. And he's always capable of coming up with a goal. I mean, he's capable of missing them, I know, as we all well know. But he's always capable of grabbing you a goal, mate, when you need it. And the same for wee Fashion. Wee Fashion's he's a great asset to have in the bench, mate, with his pace. And he'll be wanting, I'm sure, Fashion Sakala, he'll be wanting to prove himself to the manager and his background team that he's got a future at Rangers as well, mate. So they're two handy individuals to have on your bench to bring on, mate, if needed.
I agree, mate. I agree, but we're slowly getting stronger. The first team competition for places, Juicy, as the new players slowly come to the fore. Other guys come back to fitness. There's been an evolution rather than a revolution, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't necessarily have to be something that happens all at once. I know some people are going to be disappointed that Ridvan isn't starting tonight. Listen, Ridvan is going to get his chance. The kid has only just arrived. He was never going to start tonight's match unless Barisic was injured. I'm not saying that Ridvan isn't going to end up being a better player than Barisic in time. I hope he will be, because he's a lot younger and we want him to be fighting for that place. But we want everything now as football fans. But, some of these guys are going to take a couple of games to see the very best of them. That being said, we don't have time for that with these Champions League games. We need everyone to be on it and just get through these 4 matches. By hook or by crook, whether it's clean or dirty, just get through the damn match.
That's what counts. They're not playing at their home ground, Billy, but a stadium a bit similar to St Johnstone's ground, but that'd be fair. We're a better pitch. We're a better pitch.
Aye, we're a better pitch, mate. Well, that'll not be hard, will it? The old Quagmire up there. But I think they're in their own ground, mate. I think it holds about just under 10,000 supporters. The capacity is 9,000. I think it's 9,400 or something around about that, mate. So, and also, listen, Ox, when the Port gave his his report there, mate, this team, they'll not be experienced in Europe, so this is all new to them, mate. So that's a wee edge the Rangers have got tonight as well, because we've got we've got a good experience in Europe as well, mate. You know what I mean?
There's two sides to that coin, and you're right. We've got experienced guys, Tavernier, Goldson, that have played a lot of football in Europe. Even Ryan Jack and guys on the bench, Stephen Davis, etc., and also Kamara has played a lot of games. But it's a free hit for them, Billy, yeah?
Of course it is, Ox. You know what I mean? They can either go and it's the same as up with us when we went on the run there, mate. You can either go and grab it or you don't grab it. It's as simple as that, mate. And I'm sure they'll be up for it as well, mate. But as I said, I'm a big believer in experience in Europe, mate, because you need that. when times are hard and the teams are coming at you, blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? You need experienced players in your team to calm things down and take the ball and hard areas in the park and all that, and make passes and that, and be brave on the box. And that's what we need to do tonight. And if we do what we can do, Ox, as I said, be brave on the ball and pass the ball about, zip it about quick, and get our important players into good positions, mate. I'm sure we'll be fine, eh? I'm sure we'll be fine.
Aye. Listen, mate, I genuinely believe in most games we play, and I'll take this to Juicy. If we play well, we'll beat the team in front of us, but we've got to play well.
Yes, we know what they're capable of, and under Gio's management, what has given me greater confidence, and hopefully all of the listeners as well, is it's not one-dimensional. If it doesn't work, he makes changes. He's not scared of making changes. We saw at the weekend, he's making a substitution at half-time. And, previous managers haven't done that. They've stuck to the 4-3-3s, Warburton into Gerrard, for everything that Gerrard did for us. And, I'm never going to say much ill against him other than the way he left us. He wasn't great at changing it up. We all know that. That's well documented. Gio makes changes when he knows it's not working. He's not scared to change it. And with the 5 subs roll back in the Prem and being in Europe as well, that's going to give him that freedom when he needs to make changes. He's not scared of doing it. He doesn't sit on there. He'll move quickly. And that is pleasing for us.
Okay, all right. Come and join us. Give us a call on 0141 356 1972. Phone in, speak to the reception, and we will contact you back and bring you into the call. Give us your thoughts. Give us your predictions if you phone in. Predictions. How's it going to go tonight, Billy Boy?
Hey, right in the spot. Love it, mate. I'm going to say a 2-0 victory for the famous.
Oh, I like that. I'd take that. Juicy?
I'm going to go for a couple of goals lead as well. So 3-1. A little bit more exotic, but still a 2-goal lead.
All right. Fair play, geez. Like a bit of confidence. 13-8 your cash, boys. 13-8 your cash. Make yourself a few quid.
Mm-hmm. What do you think yourself, Ox? What do you think the score will be?
I do the questions on here, Billy.
Right back at you, brother.
All right, I'll go just slightly a bit more conservative than used to, and I'll take a 2-1 victory, yeah?
Right, okay then, mate. You want me to have a wee check out the prices, buddy?
Aye, I hope you two are right. Yeah? Yeah, aye. Who's going to be the main men tonight, Juicy?
Well, I think we're all very much hoping that forward line are going to be the main men tonight, because that's going to be a lot of pressure on those guys. Of course, no Kent, no Morelos, and they've been our main men in the forward line previously, and of course Aribo, who's no longer with us. So making their debut in Europe, that's where the pressure is. Fortunately, behind them, it's a lot more tried and tested, isn't it, in terms of the personnel? So hopefully they can feed them and give them the opportunities.
Yeah. Aye, you're right. I'm interested to see how Glenn Kamara plays. In that bare forward role. I accept he maybe played there a bit on Saturday. Didn't have the greatest of games, but it wasn't a game of football, Billy, was it? It was defence against attack.
Oh, I mean, did you? Some of the stats were incredible. I think Rangers at one point had 86% of the football. You know what I mean? That's an incredible stat to hear. Possession of the football, 86%, mate. I mean, but
last
listen,
time I had somebody with stats like that was when Fox borrowed one out of Wilbur's.
Aye, good, mate, good. But listen, the chances the Rangers had as well, mate. It could have been 5 or 6. You know what I mean? All day long, buddy. And then you've got that daft park. You know what I mean? I'm for me, mate. These parts should be outlawed. To me, it's just a. Remember
to the question, Kamara in a mere forward role.
Aye. Well, he will be, mate. Aye. But I thought, listen. First and foremost, mate, wee man's a football player, right? So, and he's got quick feet, buddy, and he's got the ability to open teams up. You know what I mean? He's not scored for us for a wee while, right enough.
Not get the third one against Leipzig.
Aye, but that's a wee while ago, isn't
it? Big enough, wasn't
it? But no, the wee man's a football player, Ox, and he can. I'm sure he's fit, but he done the right. And listen, what I like about the wee man as well, mate, he takes the ball in tight areas, and he's no fear to do that. You know what I mean? And if we need players to be brave in the ball, he's certainly one that'll be looking for to take the ball into the positions that where need be to open teams up. And even when if that team come on top of his, Rocks, I'm sure he'll take the ball and keep it as well, like, you know.
All right. Sorry, you got the second goal. Big Lundstrom got the third. How could I forget? Anyway, talking about things that are unforgettable, we've been joined by Andy for Leeds. Evening, Andy.
Good evening, guys. That's a steady enough team, isn't it? I take it, how are you seeing that up front, playing with one winger and Tillman doing what?
No, but I would see Tillman on the left, mate, if I'm being honest.
Right, okay. I was trying to figure it out myself. I get baffled with just the formations right enough. But looking at two, I get one of them. But yeah, I'm just intrigued to see how you as a lining it up.
No, I would see it as a back four, two setters, Kamara in front, joining in with Cholak, Matonda on the right, and Tillman on the left, mate. That's how I'd see it lining up, mate, personally.
Yeah. Right, fair enough. Yeah, I think it's an interesting one, isn't it? Pushing Kamara further up, because when he's back there, he tends to slow the game down, doesn't he? So he's forward thinking. You know, he might see something different out of him. Not that we shouldn't have seen something. He's been there long enough, but he don't usually play that role. So I wonder if they'll
think back. You know. Think back to the ties last season, mate. Think back with Kamara played a lot last season, particularly the games at Ibrox.
Aye, further forward he was, wasn't he? Aye, but that I suppose can gear that. Aye, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know if it's his miss. He's an all-rounder, Glenn, isn't he? He's a top footballer. He makes the game look easy when he plays well. He glides and he does the shimmy and he looks good. But yeah, you don't know if that sitting role or trying to get involved is his best role, Andy. You know.
Yeah, and he's got something right enough, hasn't he? You know what I mean? You just wish I'd like to see him shoot more. To be honest with you, like, you know.
See the whole team shoot there, Andy.
Well, hopefully that's going to come with the likes of Lawrence and you know, Tillman and all the guys, you know, around Big Colac, isn't it? Hopefully, and you know, you might get more shots. I think we've got, you know, goal potential from the midfield, you know, hopefully when they settle in. So hopefully that comes good for the, like, you know what I mean? I don't know nothing about them, but I'm just a bit weary. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I've got that feeling.
Tell you why it is, Andy. 2008. That's why.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. But like I say, the Canada mugs, you know, with the kind of race stats that Pop put out there. So, you know, that's kind of where I think it'll be. I think I've got 2 weeks to. I've got some crazy bets on as well. Right enough. Got a good price. It's living off. So I didn't think I'd get that high. So that's what's worrying me. The fact that, I mean, between 4-0 and 4-2, I was getting 80s and 100s. That to me kind of concerns me when they get you there. They're not thinking that this team's any mugs right enough, you know. But we'll see. Hope they come off right enough. It'll be a good night if it is.
Good weekend, I know. We mentioned Kamara there. Just say, be good to see him maybe just slide a simple ball down the channel for Cholak to run into and put it in the goal. That's what I think the big fella lacked on Saturday service.
True. But again, I can't say this enough. I don't want us to think too much about Saturday. I know, as Billy was saying earlier, we had a lot of possession, but it's an awful place to go and play football. I know a couple of our players weren't, great in terms of receiving some plaudits, but we got the win. And
are you saying that area in the hole's an awful place? That whole Bathgate, Livingston, is that what you're saying? It's an awful place, you say?
Mainly relating to the pitch. I don't want to say anything bad about the people.
I was just wondering.
Just to clarify, one of our players is from there. We've got to be nice.
Oh, Scotty Arfield, yeah. Scotty Arfield was born in Livingston, yeah.
Exactly. But in terms of the quality of the pitch, it's very bad. And fortunately, we're only going to have to go back there one more time, and hopefully only once to Rugby Park. But the majority of our matches, fortunately, played on grass. And the pitch is looking nice there this evening. And yeah, Kamara hopefully will be better placed to be able to put those nice balls through. And I don't want him to be scared of having a shot, because we've seen that he can shoot from outside the box, as we saw against Leipzig. Same for Lundstrom as well. Lawrence, if he comes on, we know that he's capable of that as well. And that's what I want from the midfield this season. We need more goals from that midfield line. As much as we were lacking in the forward line last season, it was the midfield as well that could have been contributing more in terms of goals. So,
cheers, mate. We've been joined by Gary B. How are we doing, Gary?
I'm good, mate. How are you doing?
All right, good to hear from you, mate. What's on your mind?
No, I'm just ringing up. I'm looking forward to tonight. I think it'll tell us a lot about the squad and the players that we've brought in. I want to touch on I'm sure it's an Alex Ferguson quote where it says, hard work will beat talent if talent doesn't work hard enough.
Fair shout.
This team that we're playing tonight, interesting stat. I was watching the CG Novo preview, and he said that they've never spent £1 million or more on a player ever in their history as a club. So straight away, you've got to say to yourself, right, who's going to have the more quotation marks talented squad? Right, we've spent a lot more money than them, obviously, but they dominated their league last year, and they only lost it because they have like a 14 playoff system, like a playoff to win the championship. And so the top 4 teams play each other twice, so 6 games, and they lost 3 of them 6 games to finish second. Now, my point is obviously then you've got to deduce that what they've not got in talent, they make up for in just pure sheer hard work. And they will go out their way to try and work harder than us tonight. And what we as Bears will see tonight is how hard are these players like Tillman and Matondo and stuff like that prepared to work going back off the ball. And I think that'll tell us a lot about what we've brought in terms of sheer work ethic, because it's not going to be a walkover tonight. Because if we don't turn up and prepare to dig in and work hard, they could turn us over, or they could score a couple, because they leave themselves exposed at the back. But their mentality is, we're going to score more than the opposition. Simple as that.
Yeah, good point you make, Gary. Billy, if you got any professional game with a wrong attitude, you can come on stuck here.
That's right, Ox. I mean, first and foremost, all saying as well, ability only takes you so far. You know what I mean? You've got to have the heart and the desire and the work ethic to take you to carry you through games as well, mate. So we'll need that as well. We'll need to go and match them all apart, mate, in individual positions and collectively, and make sure that how hard they're working, then we've got to work as hard, if not better, mate. And that should be enough. And with the ability we've got in our team and the class we've got in our team to take us through, mate, or to put in us a good position for next week. Sorry.
Yeah. Maybe nearly finish the tie tonight if we'd be going with the right attitude. You never know. Juicy, people join us all the time. Give us the team, and then I'll go to Andy. These thoughts.
Yes, the team for tonight is McLaughlin in goal. Back 4 of Tavernier, Goldson, Sands, and Borna Barisic. And in midfield, we have Kamara, Lundstrom, and Jack. And in the forward line, we have Kolak, Matondo, and Tillman making his full debut. And I think we're all very excited to see how he gets on that one.
Substitutes, mate. Substitutes, come on.
Bear with me, my phone has frozen.
Well,
Technical issues here. It's Juicy
right,
Towers.
I'll get you the subs if you need them, mate. I'll just give me 1 second and I'll be right with you.
I've got them here. Okay.
All right.
I've got you. McGregor, McCrory, Ridvan, Davis, B, King, Devine, Davis, S, Lawrence, Arfield, Wright, and Fashion Jr.
Just for the record, Southside get the team wrong again. His first player, he got it wrong again. Yeah. Yeah. I hope you're taking a note of this, Billy.
Aye, definitely, mate. I only get 2 rang on Saturday.
Billy, you've got to get 100% and it doesn't count.
Aye. Hey, listen, I've checked the prices, Ox. Checked the prices of the correct scores, mate.
They're going in.
Right, for a 2-0 victory for the famous, it's 12-1. For your prediction, Ox, 2-1, 17-2. And for Juicy's 3-1, 22-1, mate.
Juicy sounds juicy to me. Andy?
Yeah, they like I said, they're quite high, them. You know, you don't usually get, teams that are matched up right enough, but they seem quite high. To say we've gone all the way to Europe, that's the nagging thing that's worrying me. I think, if we put my foot down, I'm happy with the midfield, because I think Big John and Jack complement each other, and I think Big John likes to play with Jack. Did you notice I said Big John twice there? So yeah, I like that. Kamara up front, my left hand side. I worry about that one, but I mean, hopefully he'll come out and he'll give us a proper defensive game tonight. I think he'll have to do that. I think the old defence is going to have to be on their game, to be honest with you. And I like you said, that with Kamara putting balls for Kolak to run on, that would be nice if we could give him, more service, because we're not giving him a lot of it, Ali, to see what he really can do.
No, you're right.
So I think if we could do that and get him off him, and if he could get himself a goal, maybe 2, maybe wishful thinking, but at least get a goal, get off him back in Europe. That will do him a world of good. But just got to be out there and, like you say, pull the sleeves up, go for it. It's the Champions League. I mean, to be honest with you, with that draw today, for me, it's like climbing Mount Everest with sellotape. That's going to be hard. It'll be some achievement just to get through these games, I think. But we can do it, and if we can get through this tie, stay in the tie at least, and then get them back to Ibrox, I'm pretty sure we have to lose. Once we've had a look at them, we'll be okay.
I'm sure I'll go to Gary B with us. I'm sure that PSV and Monaco will not be happy about drawing us nearer.
It's very hard to tell, but we've shown last season that although it's Europa League and no Champions League, we have a European pedigree. Last season showed that. The teams that we went toe-to-toe with, especially at Ibrox, and it'll be telling if we get through this round. I don't want to look too far ahead, but, if we were to get them, do we get them at home in the first leg or the second leg? Because that's massive for us, taking a decent result back to Ibrox. But Monaco, PSV, man, they both get cracking European pedigrees as well, aren't they? So that won't be an easy game. But no, I don't think they'll fancy it against us. They'll know they'll be up against again.
If we go through, we're going to be at home first against Monaco or PSV.
Yeah, so I don't think that favours us, but it's still Ibrox at home for the first leg, but I prefer to be home second leg.
They did against Red Star, didn't it?
Dortmund. And Dortmund as well.
No, we put them away first, yeah. Red Star was
4-2.
Red Star was the only one we played in the run, wasn't it? But anyway, we've got to get through the night, Andy, before we start worrying about the next round, yeah?
Well, it's just the nature of the beast being a Rangers fan. You start thinking about it, don't you, right enough? But you're right, I don't usually like to fire off too far ahead. I think we can get a good result tonight. I think that'll stand us up. I mean, I know that we've got European experience, but what you've got to bear in mind is there's a few new players in here, so to also bed in to the team as well, so you've got that kind of factor that could go against us. But hopefully no. We're saying that they're better quality, aren't we? Or we believe them to be better quality than what we've had. So, they can't want any more than that. Surely, this is a Champions League game. So surely they want to be on the big stage. So hopefully they take that attitude and mentality into the game and we come away with the result. We'll be okay.
If you've got any ambitions, this is where you want to start your stuff, Billy.
Aye, mate. Champions League football, European football, top end level, mate. That's where any professional football player that's what they strive for. You know what I mean? Laddies, even laddies, when they come up through the ranks playing the street, dreaming about being a professional football player, mate, they want to play at the top level, and test yourself at the top level against the top players. And the Champions League's where the top players are, mate, and that's where any professional footballer should want to be strutting his stuff, mate, and for any club to be put on the footballing map box. You know what I mean? So that's where they want to be, right at the top.
Mm-hmm. Aye, I think we're concerned, and I get it, Gary, because we've not seen enough of Tillman or Matonda to see if we can trust them. We don't know them. We've seen them and we've liked what we've saw, but we don't know them yet, do we?
Do you know what? The number one thing I like about them, they're young. See when you're young, see like players like Lawrence who are a wee bit further into their careers, they've got experience, but see what's built up in their heads is fear as well. They don't want to get things wrong. See when young boys come through and they're 21, 20, 22, that kind of young age, they have no fear. They will try stuff and they will, and don't get me wrong, they make mistakes. That comes with being a young player, but in forward areas, I love young players. That's like Lowry plays with no fear. Do you know what I mean? He's prepared to make a mistake, which I like, because football in the final third is all about trying things. In your defensive third, you don't want people trying things. You just want structure and defending. But in the final third, man, young players all day long, because they play with a sense of freedom. You see that with Abby Matondo. He plays with a smile on his face. We haven't seen a lot of him, but when I have seen him, he's been smiling. And this young boy, Tillman, he looks like a player that's got something to prove. Like, he wants to play at the top level, and he looks like these flicks and his touches and the way he carries himself and his vision, for what I've seen on the internet. He looks phenomenal. So I'm really excited to see both of them.
Both of the boys will get a chance if their form takes off in this next few weeks. They could go to the World Cup. Juicy.
Well, Matondo almost certainly is going to be in the squad, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He was in the qualifying campaign, came on and played against Ukraine in their final playoff match. And that's great for him. What an opportunity to go to an extremely hot country for a few weeks and play football. But all the best to the guys, and same for Lawrence as well. And hopefully Borna can still make it with Croatia. But selfishly, I just want our players to be fit and healthy for the Rangers, really. But it's never a bad thing if your players can get viewed on a bigger stage, is it? And you can't get any bigger on the club stage than the Champions League. And our entire season, guys, is going to be based off how we do in these playoff matches. And we were all really, really pleased with how we did in Europe towards the end, getting to the final of the Europa. But of course, that all comes based on how we do in these Champions League playoffs. So fingers crossed we can do the business.
Andy, glad to see your man Ryan Jack back.
Yeah, I think he'll be a big plus. The question is, can we keep him fit? Because he don't shy from his game when he comes back, right enough. But yeah, I think he'll be a big plus tonight if he stays solid. Him and Big John there at the side of him, I think they are the best two midfielders at the club for me when both fit. I think he brought Lumsden on there, when he was struggling, and look how he's turned out. So we can keep Jack playing alongside him. That would be a good thing. Having said that, if he was 100% fit, I think not a worrying thing. I think he'll change teams around more or less every week. I don't think we'll be able to pick a team. I think there's going to be fun trying to pick teams across the season. I think he'll just switch it all the time. I'm not a lover of that. I think you should always have your spine in your team, inches suspensions, obviously, and then you put your ones around it. Messing about with it too much, I don't think helps. No matter what league or what level we're playing at, there's no continuity there for me. You're chopping and changing all the time. But that's modern day football, isn't it?
Aye. Well, gentlemen, just winding up now. These are last thoughts. Gary, how do you see it going?
I can see us getting a win. I see them scoring maybe 3-1.
Oh, 3-1. 22-1, that is. 2-1. There you go. Quick as a flash, Billy. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant, mate. Brilliant.
Aye, 3-1. I like that. Andy, pick one of your scores. What one you going for?
Well, my head says it'll be a hard-fought 2 each draw, but I'll take the 4-2 because that's about 120 to 1. So I'll take that if that was to come in right, you know.
Oh, bad with a grand on it, Andy. Right, Juicy and Billy have made their predictions. Right, Champions League, we'll go you there and there. It's all about attitude. I think it was Juicy that said that, and Gary B said that as well, yeah. Right, last thoughts, Juicy, and then Billy.
Let's just bring it home with a couple of goals lead and then finish it off at Ibrox. Beautiful.
Yeah, but keep your tops on. Billy?
Yeah, mate, I'll keep it short and sweet, mate. I'll see you on the other side, brah.
All right, mate, I don't know what you mean by that, but I'm not planning.
No, mate,
Are you talking to me or Andy?
Oh, everyone. No, mate, I fancy Rangers. 2-0 to the Rangers, mate. That's what I'm going for tonight, mate. 2-0 to the famous.
Cheers, mate. Thanks to Andy and Gary B for joining us. Thanks to Juicy and Billy for doing the show. Port Bear for his report. Fox for doing the show. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back 15 minutes after the final whistle, celebrating the Rangers victory. Take it away, Foxy boy.
Every Saturday we follow, we cheer the boys in blue, the most successful team in football. We're Scotland's gallant few, though at times they have been hard. We've followed near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands in Ibrox Park. Every Saturday we follow to cheer the boys in blue, the most successful team in football. We're Scotland's gallant few, who times they have been hard. We've followed near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands in Ibrox Park. Every Saturday we follow, we cheer the boys in blue, the most successful team in football. We're Scotland's gallant few, though times they have been hard. We've followed near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands in Ibrox Park. Every Saturday we follow to cheer the boys in blue, the most successful team in football. We're Scotland's gallant few, who times they have been hard. We've followed near and far. You will always hear